My brother Alex and I bought this Porsche 911 as a quick flip more than a year ago. After getting jerked around by the reputable Porsche garage that we bought this from, I want it out of my life. So, I'm calling in reinforcements.
The master plan here. Alex and I are gonna get started working on the engine outside.
Tim and I are gonna be prepping the chassis to receive the V8.
And the clock is running.
This Porsche 911 is getting a 6.2 liter Chevrolet LS V8 that we've already put to the test here at the shop.
The very first thing we have to do on the engine side of things is change these valve covers. They are for an LSA or an LS9. Unfortunately, all these little humps in them, they're not gonna fit. Ooh, that's on there. We need to get these guys off of here. They've been on there for quite some time. And swap out to a regular plain Jane set of LS valve covers to make it all work in the Porsche. Back to the factory LS3 valve covers we go.
This engine used to have the LS9 supercharger. Instead, we're just going to put a simple LS3 intake manifold onto it.
It'd be cool if we put a blower on it, but you know, I get it's not the point.
The back end of this Porsche, we basically need to turn into Swiss cheese, so we need to go ahead and get the bumper cover and the taillights out of the way so we can make a cut. So luckily we do have a point of reference because we've done this once before. So we're going back, looking at the video and just confirming the spots that we need to trim out.
As you can see, Alex putting on the throttle body to take in all that air, and I'm gonna swap out the fuel rails to give us more fuel to, you know, account for that air.
Corn, or is it gonna be 93?
You know, I'm not making the call on what gas this car is running, so I don't want to hear anything about it, but I think it's gonna run 93 octane, unfortunately.
I mean, it's gonna be budget friendly, right?
Yeah, but I mean, well, actually E85 is cheaper than 93 octane, so is it
But
budget friendly?
But you actually spend more making the engine to run it 85.
Fernando,
so.
Can you put a price on power?
Oh, wow. If you put it that way, that's a great statement.
I mean, as I said that, I realized that you can actually put a very definite price on power, you know.
We can probably say that. Can you put a price on your smile? Right?
There you go, exactly.
Priceless.
The happiness of an adult male. Can you put a price on that, right?
Yeah.
Now, to be honest, a fuel rail upgrade on a car like this is probably not necessary, but the problem we're gonna run into if we left the stock rail is the fuel comes in on the driver's side, which would now be the passenger side, this side of the engine. We need the fuel to come in on this side, because on the 911, the fuel feed comes somewhere over here. You can't just flip the stock rail, so instead of that, we're gonna swap out to these fancy aftermarket rails by, how would you say that? How do you say that?
Jigs.
It's not how you say it.
How do you say it?
How do you say it?
Jags.
How do you really say it?
Jags.
Jags. You have to say
Jags.
it like that, okay?
Hegs. Well, it's actually Hegs.
Don't get into that.
It's with J, yeah.
No, we're not. We're not in South America, okay? Fuel's ultimately going to come in this side of the rail. It'll cross out the back side of one into the other, and then it'll stop right there. Ain't getting any further.
We're just over an hour in. I feel like we're making a healthy amount of progress on the chassis. Tim is going to mock up the pieces that we need to fab to weld up for the chassis, and then I'm going to dive into the transmission brace.
You guys ready for this engine?
Yeah, back there, it looks like you guys are making good progress.
15 minutes, we're done. We're ready to go in, all right? Yeah, it's not 15 minutes. Just going to put some pressure on them, right? Be able to work a little faster. Ooh. Why is it all glittery? Such a dick. No, there was something that just fell down there, though. So this just came out of our oil pan. I know what this is, unfortunately, and it's part of the timing chain guide. Let's hope that it broke at some point before they fixed it and just didn't fish it out of the oil pan. Otherwise, we're gonna we're in a bit of a pickle, right? Like, we're on this time clock, and we're gonna have to source a timing chain guide pronto. Yep, right there. Broken off.
On the edge.
You know what this is? Karma for that whole 15-minute thing, probably. That we just got set back who knows how long. We gotta figure this out. Be right back, I suppose.
The other two critical changes that we need to make before putting the engine in involves modifying the coolant lines so we can get rid of those rubber extension hoses that are on there. Also, we need to modify the transmission mount. There's another set of holes that's a little bit further forward. Entire transmission mount is going to shift roughly 1 inch further forward to accommodate the new location. Okay. Very poor design, Porsche. Just a little over 2 hours gone by, and I still feel like we're making great progress. The chassis team hard at work. Tim's welding up, pretty close to being finished with what we need to the actual body itself. And the engine team, though.
So you remember that whole, timing chain debacle? Found it in the oil pan, it's broken. There wasn't one within an hour radius, unfortunately. We could find one that was an hour away. We don't have time to drive there and drive back because that's 2 hours. So instead of that, we got old Paul on the way here right now via Uber, or Lyft, sorry. Hope I don't get sued on that one, with our timing chain tensioner, an upgraded one at that, so.
Oh, in the meantime, it's just, time to relax, kick back. Surprised you don't have your feet up.
I mean, I would, but I got the Corvette shirt on. I'm looking at gold Corvettes. I mean, I got enough going on, all right? Get out of here.
Everything welded up, nice and finished. The only thing it needs is a layer of paint. And of course, this is a Porsche after all, so we only got the best for it. Paint and primer in one. This thing should match beautifully.
Quite the Picasso.
All right, delivered via Lyft. We got our new and heavily upgraded timing tensioner. Or, I guess it's more of a guide than it is a tensioner, but same difference. Instead of this weird one that rides on the outside of one side of the chain and the inside of the other, this new one is going to be all on the inside. Just junk out of here. Yeah, this little bent piece of metal, it kind of looks like a bearing almost. That was a spring. Put a little tension on that piece. And this, at one point at least, I don't know, went maybe around here? Something like that? I don't know. It's like 3 pieces now. Either way, we don't have to worry about it anymore. Terrible design. The older LS2 ones are actually better than these LS3s. I'm done with this thing. Let's put the new one on. Now that we've worked through the one potential thing, or hopefully one potential thing, that could have completely disrailed this whole deal, I think we're pretty good to go, right, Fernando?
Yes.
I don't think there's any more problems. Right about there. Just got to clean off this little gasket surface, put a little RTV, slap our new panel, good to go. What's the old saying?
She ain't going nowhere?
This tube is about tapped. We're really running on fumes here. I think we can get one more out of her if we put it back. Next time's the last time we have to say goodbye to old girl. Last piece of the puzzle, our new front sump oil pan by Canton. Which, actually, before I put it on, check that out. Little trap doors inside. This thing's baffled. Do a little road racing. Do whatever you want with it. Oh, it looks like we may have another issue. This one, I think we can hopefully get away with maybe some cutting, some hammering. Can you see where this is hitting? The pan will not sit all the way down onto the surface. I can't.
Oh, I think it's like the pickup tube that is hitting.
Yeah, the pickup tube.
Right here.
Oh, on the baffle, isn't it?
Yep.
Well, okay.
Modification time.
Yeah, I think we're gonna potentially have to cut some of this out. Kind of thought it was a kit. I don't know why, but hey, it's not fitting. We got 4.5 hours left. We got to work through it. It's time to get the blade out, you know. 'Cause, 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 All right, so the good news, the pan now sits all the way down on there after that little bit of hacking. But honestly, this whole assembly just fits really poorly. So we wanted to try to make sure that the oil pickup isn't sitting on the bottom of the pan or doing anything else weird. So spin it around. Yeah, that's pretty significantly off the pan. We have silicone grease down there. We wanted to try to use that first, but we couldn't really tell.
Yeah,
that's off. I think we're good.
Yeah.
All right, let's lock it down, get back to it.
Our transmission mount is modified and bolted back in place. Now that it's in, you can see the original set of holes further forward in front of that line and how everything had to shift backwards. Of course, we nailed that the first try. No opening up holes, no doing things twice, no filling gaps with a welder. Nailed it the absolute first try. Coolant pipes are back in. Everything is painted. We are right just past the halfway mark, and as long as these engine guys are on their A game back there, then we should be getting close to putting it in.
Why is Tim down there shaking his head?
I think he's shaking his head about you guys. We're ready to go. How are you?
Look, all I gotta say, what takes longer? You know, a nose job or open heart surgery? Am I right or am I right?
Oh, sorry. I thought that was a rhetorical question. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, we're doing complicated stuff down here. You guys are just hitting this with grinders, doing a little welding. I mean, that part's probably a little complicated, but, you know, probably knock this out in 30 minutes with a sawzall. We're doing important stuff. Leave me alone, all right?
I am encouraged by the fact that my brother is seemingly getting the transmission ready, which means, despite Lee's lack of confidence, oil filter. Okay, so you're getting relatively close. I think we might be getting close to dropping an engine in here.
One other quick change, well, nothing's really quick at this point. One other change we have to make on this thing is relocating the alternator down here on the bottom driver side of the engine. Still is the driver side, right? Now it's facing passenger. Yes, passenger side. This Porsche stuff is weird. Get a little spacer that goes behind the alternator.
What's the torque spec on that?
We don't have time for torque specs, Fernando. We gotta go. We only got... Can't see the clock. Four and a half, which probably means we need a 55.5-inch belt. I think he called it. Off camera earlier, he said he thinks it's 55.5, but he wasn't sure. Boom. There we go. All right. At least one thing went right. I think finally, after far too many unexpected hiccups and unexpected runs to the parts store, finally ready to get this thing off the stand, throw a clutch on it, and try to connect it to that 911 transmission. Let's find out what'll go wrong next, you know? Definitely one of the goofiest looking flywheels. It is that thick. You'll see why, though. It'll make more sense once you see the adapter plate that goes in between the engine and the transmission. Transmission? I don't know what that was. It'll work. Next up on the list is our single disc spec clutch. All right. Hey, that transmission ready?
All please. All right. So this is the fork, right?
He's asking questions on the phone. That doesn't bode well. That's never a good sign when you're calling for help with only 2 hours left. Well,
This isn't how we wanted this to play out. We wanted 1 day, 8 hours, straight through, no excuses. This we just can't get past, though. We are missing just the smallest of items. It's basically a little ball that goes on there that gives it kind of a socket end for the pivot for the clutch bearing. And it has to be there.
to be clear, the transmission came as a package deal with the roller of the car.
Correct.
Yeah, it wasn't like something that we grabbed out of inventory. It came with the car ready to be installed.
And that's kind of the theme of why this has taken so long and why we just want to get it done and move on from it, is that all the things that we thought came with the car didn't come with the car, and it took a ridiculous amount of time to get them.
Chevy parts, pretty easy to find. A random Porsche bushing at, well, after all the dealerships are closed. Yeah, not happening, unfortunately.
We're pausing the clock. We're going to get the part, and then we're going to pick right back up from the same time that we just stopped it with.
One little $14 part derailed this whole thing. So, Alex, what actually happens to these? The plastic just breaks off?
I guess. I don't even know why the fork was off, because it doesn't have to come off, but whatever.
With the fork, man.
Lee and Alex are going to get this thing hooked up, and I'm going to start the clock again.
You start the clock already?
Nope.
It's technically cheating. Go, 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 go.
We're rolling.
Close enough. Get the bolts. $14, Fernando. $14 ruined this whole thing.
Wow.
I guess if there is a silver lining, it's that we got a part for $14 at the Porsche dealership. You expect to go in there, you expect to spend, I don't know, what, at least a couple $100, right? You know, one place you should never overpay though is on your car insurance. And thankfully, with the sponsor of today's video, Insurify, you don't have to do that anymore. With Insurify, you can slash your insurance bill in half. All the same or even better coverage. And that is because Insurify puts the insurance companies in competition for your business, which means they're gonna hit you with their best rate right off the jump. It's the fast way, the free way, and the transparent way to shop around for car insurance. You just answer a few quick questions about yourself and your vehicle usage, enter a few details about your car, and Insurify shows you all your available offers. Not only are you going to get the best rate possible, but you can be insured in minutes, which means no more sitting on the phone with some insurance agent for a half an hour trying to get insured, which of course comes in handy when you're doing stuff like this or buying, selling, trading cars every other week. It is literally free money, and it takes like 2 minutes. So click the link down in the description to see what Insurify can do for you and make the insurance companies work for your business. I promise you it'll be smoother than this whole thing's been going.
Oh, hang on. You have to come towards you a little bit. Hold on.
Hold up.
Stop.
How you doing under there?
Bleh. All right, go ahead. Yeah, I'm lined up good.
So just to be clear, the engine's still doing this. It's shaking around a little bit. You liking our chances, Fernando?
No,
Have some confidence.
I
Come
don't
on,
like
man.
it.
We got this. I think we got this. 1 hour.
What is the rule? Is it start, run, drive,
No,
or start?
burn out outside.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Not burn out, just it has to drive out the door.
Yeah, drive out the door is still minor.
Is it?
I mean,
We're
with
lowering
like,
the
Come your
spring button.
confidence.
with like cooling and everything, and
Yeah, but I mean, do they know what they call you?
they know.
They
Everybody knows.
do they know?
Yeah.
They.
Come
well,
on,
I'm sorry.
I
I'm
built,
sorry.
I built the fastest car at the shop. Of course they know.
He calls himself Big Daddy Tech. If Big
I
Daddy
did-
Tech can't get this thing running and driving in an hour, I don't know who can. We got this covered.
It's not me. It's you calling me that.
I have never once called this man
That's
Big
a
Daddy,
lie.
just so we're
That's
clear.
100% lie that he has. He has said that, and the people will attest to that.
You hear that? It sounds like progress.
That sounded good.
Yeah, the only problem is you gave me bolts that don't fit.
Are they too short?
Yeah.
Hold on. Big Daddy Tech didn't know what bolts.
No, we're shotgunning bolts because we didn't have them.
It needs to be at least an inch longer than that.
Oh wow.
So it's like somebody grabbing you by the legs and dragging you out, dog.
No, we'll lift the car up off of him.
Oh, that's way less fun.
I could not be pulled out from under this car right now.
You're like in the tunnel.
Yeah, there's like it's literally on my belly.
If I got a pillow and a blanket, would you sleep there?
Just to be clear, this is the conversation that's going on.
Yeah, while Dalt's under the car.
And we now have 56 minutes left.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, finally. Jeez.
Clock's running.
Yeah, any slower?
I think I want to switch the bolts under there.
Done. You guys are doing this.
This
Like
way.
significantly?
Oh, hang on. You gotta be close.
I'm basically there now.
You gotta get on the other side of that.
Hold on. I think I need to go down a hair more to even get this one in.
Go down a tiny bit more, Tim.
All right. See if that works. Ah, goddamn.
I filmed a segment earlier about this that I'm going to insert right now. The engine mount setup for the LS is very simple. There's just a plate that rests on top of the factory motor mount location with a bushing, and then this bracket bolts to each head of the LS. It's a very simple design, but getting it to line up, that's the hard part.
Right there. Ooh, that sounded good.
We're in.
Well, it's officially in the car, and we've got 41 minutes left. Now, we did find out that you couldn't get these engine mount brackets on with the water pump in. So we pull that off, undoing the work we did earlier. Now, gold and slide this back on, and hopefully try to wrap this thing up. Perfect. How many foot-pounds was that?
Enough.
That's right there.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's probably is. I'll take care of
All right, Tim, fastest line you ever built.
it. Yeah, you got it.
10.
9, 8, 7. Can we like have daylight savings occur during this? Can we like pick up an hour or whatever? That'll technically not be, you know, cheating, right? All right, we're belted once again. We are really in crunch time here. We need to fabricate this intake. We need to do it fast. Clearly this coupler, this is gonna need to be cut down too. It's far too long at the moment. So a little trick we're gonna use is to wrap a clamp around this coupler, give us some kind of a straight line to cut on. These things are notoriously hard to cut straight. So we want to make sure we make it look halfway decent, being that it's going to be kind of front and center in our engine bay. See how it fits. Why are your eyes closed?
Safety.
So the plan all along was to run these Camaro just factory exhaust manifolds, and after the time clock stops, we're gonna go ahead and fab an exhaust for it, but what we didn't realize is the O2 sensors are actually on the cat, so we're gonna have to make something work here temporarily.
11 minutes left. We were trying to get this done in a manner which you could actually say is a semi-functional car. Yeah, that's probably not going to happen at this point. This 8-hour challenge has been a challenge. So, new plan here. We are going to drive this thing out the door by any f***ing means necessary. So, it will not have coolant in it. It won't have most things, but we're going to fire it up, and we're going to try to drive it out of the door in under 8 hours, and I guess call it a win, and then we're going to have a lot of finishing work to do. Oh, I got a cramp. Ooh.
Is that an age thing?
Yeah, yes, shut up. All right, shut up. I'm not in the mood for your jokes, all right? Don't hit me with facts.
Dude, I'm scared. If I'm gonna get old
Fernando,
the same way how you getting old,
Fernando, there's no time for this. Where's this go? I don't know what these pins are for, to be honest. Where's our ECU? I'll do these axle bolts.
I don't even know if they're right. You want to give it a try? You want me to? Not everyone can be a genius like me.
No comment.
What are these from?
997 Turbo.
997 Turbo. We're hoping they're the same?
Yeah, we don't have any others.
There's no f***ing way they're the same.
What's wrong with them?
It's too big.
The thread pattern's different. Extremely fine
fine,
thread,
those are
and that is... Hold on, technically, if we're out of part again... How do you pause that clock?
Yeah, we're out of a part that should have been included we didn't get.
Yeah, nobody gave us the axle bolts. Yeah. So, do we get on with the speech now?
Yeah.
Oh my God, this whole 8-hour thing, it sounded easy. In hindsight, an LS engine swap in 8 hours should probably not sound easy. We got whooped pretty much. I mean, we're close. I actually kind of came down to the wire, but there are little things that we just.
Hang on. Don't group me in with you. This is your fault.
This is not my idea.
This is your fault.
This was not my idea.
Idea or fault are different things. This was your fault we failed.
I'm just here for the fun of this. I just said, hey, yeah, I'll jump in. I'll help do that. 8 hours, that sounds fun.
Because you used to build slow shit. So we got you involved.
I'm just here for moral support. It's not my fault.
Obviously, team morale is at an all-time low at the moment,
Whoa, moral support.
Yeah.
Not loud.
Well, support harder, okay?
All that I gotta say, we ain't gonna have this problem. It was a mole point.
Oh, no
Are
problem.
you kidding? The
Yeah.
demon's been at coding for longer. This car's been built.
It was an assembly.
This car was built in like 2007. I think the
Fine.
demon's been
I'm
there.
doing the Pink Demon 170 6-month challenge.
Yeah, exactly.
Thought we were prepared for this as far as, missing parts and whatnot. You saw us get tripped up by that little clutch pivot pin thingy. Now these. In hindsight, this should be a pretty easy one to figure out. I'm not gonna say who's to blame for that, but all right. Here's the update. We got the correct axle bolts and we got 4 minutes. I don't know how this is gonna go, but we're gonna try to make it happen. Austin's gonna be handling one side of axle bolts, an O2 sensor, and something else, whatever he's getting ready for. Tim is gonna be handling the other side axle bolts, an O2 sensor, and a shifter cable. Alex is going to be getting ready to start this thing. He's really just standing here for 4 minutes and he's going to hop in and turn a key. I'm going to be filling it with oil. Arguably, I have the easiest job, but Tim is also under me and I am not using a funnel, so, you know, could get interesting. Let's go.
Ah!
So me and Alex got some time to kill, actually. What'd you eat for lunch today?
Sushi.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. They call it Mexican roll. It's awesome, by the way.
Why'd you pick?
That's.
Okay, I guess I'll go ahead and get this thing started. Might as well do it while Tim's still under there, you know?
You think he'd take a shower today?
I don't think it's going to matter in 30 seconds.
How's your day going?
Not bad. I'm concentrating now. Don't you know, no small talk, all right?
You sure?
We're almost out of time.
You don't want to talk?
It'd be nice if we stopped shaking the car, huh?
Yeah, that would be helpful.
You know. Hey, can you guys stop moving the car so much?
They pretended like they're actually working.
Almost done? Oh, we got this. We got this.
Wait for the next move.
Oh no, Tim doesn't have this.
I got this.
2.5 minutes. There, all full of oil. Only lost a half quart. You guys need a hand or anything? We're good?
You guys just chilling out there?
Yeah. About 2 minutes to kill. You want to hop in, prepare for liftoff, or what?
What if it doesn't start?
I don't know what to say to that. It starts. There's literally 1 minute left.
55, 54.
How? Wait, does that
56.
even need to be tight?
Hey, I need a hammer.
What? Where's the f***ing hammer, Tim? Right drawer.
I got it. Here you go.
You got it?
Yep, got it. Ratchet's it's a ratcheting hammer.
40 seconds. 40 seconds.
30,
Let me know when you guys are clear.
30, 31, 32, 33, 4, 5, 6,
Fernando! Enough!
20, 19,
I'm gonna
18.
drop it. 10 seconds.
Come on, 10 seconds, 15 seconds,
Tim out. Tim, clear your tools. Get the tools. Hold on, get the tools. Get the tools.
10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2.
We don't have something. What'd you forget?
Ain't got no gas in it.
It does actually have gas, right?
Yeah, it's got a half tank.
Were you trying to go from dressing the motor to putting it in 8 hours? Is that what?
Yes, yep.
Asking if they reach a goal.
Did you reach your goal?
Yeah, we didn't. We didn't hit 8 hours technically.
It was kind of blank to me.
I don't think that anyone would call us pausing twice a success anyway. Doesn't feel like we were successful. I'm sure you guys are letting us know down in the comments, but now that the clock is officially off, we have to figure out why this thing actually isn't starting.
Might have something to do with the guy behind the keyboard.
Hey.
Yep.
Feel pressure.
All right. As much as this pains me to do, this was my fault. I didn't write the entire file when I cleared the vats. I only wrote the section of file. And as you can see, I just pulled the file and vats is still enabled. So that's why it didn't start.
That's a problem.
Are you serious? You serious?
So for anyone that doesn't know, VATS is Chevy's vehicle anti-theft system. If you put a LS engine, a Chevrolet engine, into a car that doesn't have a factory key with the chip in it, you have to turn it off, which my brother didn't do.
He tried his best. Best was not good enough this time. Next time, maybe.
So I had to quickly change the engraving on this one, but this is for you. After some trial and error and swapping some parts around, we ended up back at the tune file. This box right here, starter fault checks, was enabled. After doing some research, we ended up finding out that what the ECU is wanting when that is enabled is some sort of signal, presumably from the BCM. Mechanically, it's cranking, but the ECU doesn't know that, and therefore it's not sending a signal to the fuel injectors for them to fire. After we check the box to disable that, big takeaway from all this is we've got really bad time management skills, but we do have an LS swap Porsche 911. End of the day today, Fernando. Okay, she's driving out the door.
Where's the cab? Can you do some work instead of just texting?
Can you shut the hell up? How about that?
I thought we were gonna get these done in a few hours.
To get throttle body, you know?
We're waiting on you. Sounds like.
Cap.
Yeah. Oh, put me feeling your. Put it.
Oh no.
After getting jerked.
Do you know where Mexico is located?
South of Texas.
Okay.
Is that a factual statement or what?
I don't know, you tell me.
Only the best from Jigs. Fernando didn't know how to say it. Crazy.
What?
The grand idea here is that fuel is going to come in. It's the right outfit for every day. And obviously the plug's better, you know, because it's gold, right?
Yeah.
Just like that gold chain you're always wearing, Fernando, right?
Did I?
What do you want from me?
Wow.
Is it gonna start now, or do I go back to work?
No, it'll start.
Okay. 4 minutes. Is that the?
Yeah, we're not. It's not a one of those cars. We are dropping the car onto the engine. It's not. We're not dropping an engine in. We are lifting an engine in or dropping a car onto it. All right.
Broski, the chassis team is far superior to the engine team, okay?
Let's be honest, I got the stupider partner.
You wait, hold on. You pulled the plug.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Trying to
I
blame
don't know what
me.
he's talking about.
Quiet on set.
You just said. Oh,
Yeah, under the alternator, now over top of the alternator.
no.
No, just over top the pulley.
You'll need to download an app for your car.
Shut up.
Or add a car key to the wall.
Stupid.
All right, that's it. That's height. For multiple reasons here.
Every day.
Pop the button.
I bet you don't have
Gets any warmer out, I'm going one more, just so you know. All right, I'm warning you.
Oh, that sushi's about to come out.
No, just my heart's about to fail.
7 hours, 59 minutes, and 99 tenths of a second. That was so
99
long.
seconds?
It looks like you actually missed be working on LSs.
You know, I honestly do.
His name is Big Daddy Tech, okay?
It's my first day. Never had one lesson. I don't want to hear any negativity. You got it?
Negativity?
I like that.
What's that?
You gotta drive the demon with that t-shirt. No?
They can probably burst into flames, you know? Change on the engine. Sweet. I want a bike. It's nice weather out, right? Perfect time for a bike. His face is red as mine was the other day.
Porsche gives birth.
Mine don't leak.
What do you mean? Go and look the one on the truck.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
No.
look at it. Go
Don't
look
leak.
at it.
I think it's because your car's sitting on there.
No.
It's just like,
What?